Alright, guys, welcome to our chess stream. And today I'll be playing. I just played earlier today, 5 minute game. And this week's not good for me because my rating's going down. But I'm trying to play as much as I could to make my ratings high enough. So let's see what happened here. So here I played e4. So he played c5, standard Sicilian. Knight c3, d6, then d4. Pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, knight f6, knight c3. These are all standard for the Sicilian, but he chose the dragon. The dragon variation is quite very active and is quite very uh, what do you call this, aggressive defense because he will champion to the bishop, and once the Frenchie to bishop on bishop g7 and the files will get opened up, then everything could be controlled by this dark squared bishop. But I didn't. My plan is to close and attack on the flank. So I'm planning to attack via h pawn and g pawn. So that's the plan. I will not castle. So as you can see, the engine suggested castle, but I didn't do the castling. So what I did, standard, bishop e3, preparing my queen e2, then later queen bishop h6. So that's my plan for later. So he played castle. Actually, the tutor suggested h4 here, but I didn't do that. I play first f3 to protect this knight because somewhere if I go to knight e2, he could knight jump here and he could take my bishop on e3. So that's why I place f3. That's the slow move, and this is also similar to Yugoslav attack. If you are aware of the Sicilian Yugoslav attack. This F3 variation is a Yugoslav attack. Then after knight c6, that's the time I also queen d2. So I'm preparing now to go bishop h6. So actually what he did, he took my knight on d4. So everything has changed. So my bishop now on d4. It's not. It's impossible to put the bishop on h6 because it's now on d4, right? So what he did, next move is he put his bishop on a6. All right. So this is a pretty, let me say, unnecessary move because I can already make a assault on the flank like this one, g4. I will now start attacking the king side. And he played here rook, rook c8. Actually, this is a setup for dragon, but for the setup dragon, you have to sacrifice this rook for the c3. That's the setup for the dragon. Actually, there's a one high-rated game, and it was won by Juix Torres. So 2017, last 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago. So that was quite old game. Then let's see what happened here. So this is now the assault on the H file. So I played here H4. So he tried to neutralize the table. So he make his queen on the queen side. He places his queen on the queen side to make activity on the queen side. But I just push my pawn here because this is what uh, the Yugoslav attack for the Sicilian, the dragon Yugoslav attack. But this, according to engine, this is a classical variation. But for me, F3 is a Yugoslav attack. I read somewhere in the books that F3 is a similar to Yugoslav attack. So here he breaks on the center D5, and this is the last game on our database engine for D5. So here I think a lot. I spent around 3 minutes, not 3 minutes, 3 seconds on this one. So I was thinking that if I open up the file, then it will very disadvantage to me because my king is on the center. But if I will not open up the file, for example, I push the pawn here, then everything will lock up on the king side. So it's also a disadvantage to me. So my plan is to exchange this bishop. My goal is to exchange this bishop, then everything will looks good. So what I did, I took this one. So I took that pawn. Actually, what I did is no. After d5, I took first the h pawn, the h to g6 pawn. So h takes g6. So if it takes this one, I can have an in between moves like this one or the f1. I'll take the f1. So I'll be pawn up. That's why he didn't do that. Instead he took the pawn, f takes g pawn. Then after that, I took the pawn in the center. All right. Then I think he make a bad move here. He took the pawn. He didn't calculate it well because I have discovered the discovered is here. This one. Actually, I can take already this one. Then you can take this, and I can. This is a one piece up. Right? This is a one piece up game. So I got two pieces, a horse and a bishop, and he got only a bishop. But I did this the other one, the g5. So I would really like to take this bishop, dark squared bishop, because that's the only defense on the king side. So yeah, that's open up the bishop. After the g5 push, I took the bishop on g7. Then he took with the bishop with the knight. Then this is already a piece up advantage. And as you can see, I'm up a piece. And actually I made the mistake here because the right move after this one is this one. But the engine suggested this one. When he moves, I can place here, right? But what I did here, I took this one, and this had caused a pin on the e file. So what I did, I also opened up my square here. Actually, you can take this one. This is a bad move. But what he did, he took the pawn on b2, rook takes b2. Then after that, I have an intermediary move here. So that's a check. And I think this everything. This is already a win. Then he took that. I took a check because this is already a piece up. Then actually I have a mistake here. Even though I'm up a pawn and I'm up a piece. I did a mistake. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, that's the mistake. I didn't see that I got pinned. What I can do here is maybe check here. And you can place here. Then I can place my rook here. And I think you can go back. I can go up. I can push his pawn. I can push mine. He can push pawn again. I can put here the bishop. I can check. Yeah, this is already winning because these are two pawns against one pawn. I can just sacrifice this bishop to this pawn and it's over. For example, let's just play this one. Let's continue. This is the engine move, so I can push here. I can take this pawn. Yeah, this is already over. So let's check, guys, what really happened on this one. So he took my pawn on g5, rook behind, rook move, king move, slowly push move to make uh to promote my pawn. Slowly pushing my pawn, get promoted. Pin, check, push pawn, king move, check, king move, king move, pin, and a check. And that was a mate there. So let's review again, guys. Where is the fatal move or the wrong move from black? So everything here is standard. All right, still okay. Still okay. The shift of the engine bar is not that much. Push pawn, and I think this one is after this move. I have already a +1 advantage. Then after the push, the d5 pawn, I've got 3.5 advantage. This is a wrong move. I believe this is a bad move based on the engine. So I took that pawn on G, and everything was slowly exchanged in favor of white. And I think the big move was this one. After he taken this pawn, everything was a piece down. So the engine gives me 4.5 advantage. Actually, what he can do is just step back, just let the tension, just let the tension be in the center. Just be it, put the tension, and what I can next move suggestion is castle, but this is quite scary for white I think, because you can do this one. You can change. That's oops. I think this one is trapped, but this one is still +4 +3, so it's still good for black. Good for white. So yeah, I think that's how it happened. Exchange, 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 exchange. A piece down is piece down, and everything is pretty simple, pretty standard, pretty basic. Yeah, I think guys that's the game for the game, and I'll be. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a good one. Bye bye. God bless.